It's Madden NFL 23. And
set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive.
They're led out by the 9th-year starter out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
On play action, now Carr. Rolling to his right.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
Cincinnati's offense takes the field and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trey, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
At the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Carr to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
For the Saints.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. He's got room at the 30. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. Caught on the slant. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On play action, it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Carr. There's Chris Olave. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. The Bengals hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Again, it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Tyler Boyd. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Saints' 28-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost in Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers at the position here in 2022.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Saints' 15-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown.
A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Bengals 10.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 79 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
From the 27, Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
On 2nd and very short, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Cameron Jordan, truly the heart and soul of the Saints defense, had another memorable year in 2021. He crossed 100 sacks and made his 5th straight Pro Bowl.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. We had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Carr. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Kamara up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are back within a score.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Burrow on play action. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
It's a gain of 6.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. Open man is Higgins.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Bengal 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 27, Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
8 yards to go.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Back to Kamara for another catch. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Carr drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 8 coming up. Now Carr again. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Carr to throw again. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Carr.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Burrow will throw, and he fires one incomplete. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it though. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown! Jamar Chase from 10 yards out. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
McPherson now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Slant pass complete to Olave.
A gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they lead the visiting Minnesota Vikings at halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Matt Ryan has thrown a touchdown pass. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Mixing up the middle. And some room to work. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. Inside
handoff to Mixon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Burrow looking to pass. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Saints 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daxton Hill in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
That's good.
Now Carr. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for us Saints.
Again, it's Kamara. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Carr now to throw.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's complete to Troutman, right side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of 4 yards.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Carr. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of the backups a little bit of work there. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
Complete to Irv Smith, Jr. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36, Burrow. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this one to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to Irv Smith. A gain of 14.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try
and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw there taken in by Smith. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's a give to Mixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. On 2nd and 2, Burrow. And he's got it. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Oh, and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say, we were that close, to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr.
Olave holds it in.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now a play fake. Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for Chris Olave. Incomplete.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr to throw again. Thomas has got it. Complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Carr now on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Now Carr again. He's got Smith here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Saints. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Now Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. From 19 yards away.
And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Let's go on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle to Smith. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They go play action with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A handoff to Mixon. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure, this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. One final try now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win. And the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with the way he ran the show, partner. He was in total control right from the get-go. Finished with over 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. I don't think he could have played a whole lot better than that.
So for Cincinnati, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.